Well, really, just look at the last 2 days. I think we threw 5 freshman pitchers at least, and I thought they all did a really good job. Gave us an opportunity to save some of our more experienced bullpen guys, for the weekend, which is good. Plus, they gained a lot of experience. We've got some really good midweek games coming up. In a couple of weeks, we have Texas in here for 2. Then we go to Charlotte in the middle of the week after Kentucky, between Kentucky and Florida. So we're gonna have to pitch these guys and depend on them to give us some quality innings to give us an opportunity to get through a couple of those weeks where we have 5 games. And they all threw good enough that they gain confidence. We get confidence in them that we can put them in tough situations against good teams. And we swung the bats pretty well. We got off to a slow start today. I thought their pitcher was kind of like he was fooling us. We're out front, throwing a little cutter. Velocity wasn't great, and it had us fooled there for a couple innings. But we kind of nickeled and dimed him a little bit, and then popped a couple and, built up a little bit of a lead. But, glad the 2-game series went well for us and looking forward to getting to the weekend.
Dave, did you anticipate not having, to pitch all freshmen these 2 games? That just kind of worked out nicely?
No, that's the way we planned it for the most part. We weren't trying to throw Reindl and some of these guys that, we pitched a couple times out in California. We're trying to give them a week off. And, so this was the plan going in. Once we got finished with our game this past Sunday against San Diego, it was the way we planned on going into it. So it worked out, and the hitters took care of business as well by scoring runs and giving us a cushion.
Talk about how Heston's hitting the ball.
And he was hitting the ball pretty good. He didn't like that submarine lefty, though, did he? So other than that, his bats have been really competitive, and he's been a tough out. He fouls off pitches, and he doesn't get cheated. If you make a mistake, and he showed what he can do, it didn't matter which way the wind was blowing on that one.
Think of Bryce, 5 innings, a pretty good outing.
I thought he was outstanding today, and 6 strikeouts, 1 walk. Throwing the ball as hard as he does, that's impressive. He showed me that he was under control. He wasn't stomping around on the mound when he didn't get a call, and he acted like he'd done it before, and just showed a lot of poise out there. And I gained a lot of confidence in him today.
Cole to pitch the 2 innings he did, and then get that big RBI single there in the 8th.
Yeah, that was fun for the team, I guess, and just trying to get Eric Cole out of the game. He'd been playing a little bit. He fouled a ball off his foot last weekend that. It's fine. It was still bothering him a little bit yesterday. He said he felt good today, but figured if I could save him a couple innings running around out there, it might help a little bit for the weekend. And so obviously I lost our DH by putting, Luke in there, and went over to, Coach Johnson and said, hey, here's the deal. You good with it? And he said, yeah. I said he'd be in the 5 spot next inning, so 5-hole. And if he gets up, he's going to hit. And the coach thought, hey, well, no problem, whatever. And I asked Remmers, I said, you hit in high school a little bit, didn't you? He goes, oh, yeah. I said, well, you know where the batter's box is, and it's up there. So he made his way to it. I thought he did a pretty good job. He laid off a curveball after he saw one that they called a strike. He laid off a borderline when it was down, got full count, got a single. So I think that was his only swing. So it was good to see.
How much fun are the guys having with the hog hat after the home run? And just
I think it's it seems like everybody has something. They dreamed it up that we're gonna stuff a hog hat on your head after you hit a home run, and they asked if I was okay with it. We were good with it. We just said we don't do it where you're like showing up the other team. Just kind of keep it amongst us, and I think it's been fun for them.
Dave, I know you guys weren't playing LSU, but the freshmen didn't give up an earned run.
Yeah, we went two days in a row without giving up an earned run against a team that was hitting about, almost 300 as a team coming in. Got out of a couple of jams. I mean, they swing the bat all right. They got runners on yesterday and didn't drive them in, and they also did it in the first and second inning. But both of those rallies started with 2 outs. And we got a fly ball to center and I think a fly ball to right in both of those innings to end them. But the key is going out and throwing strikes. and not walking people and hitting people and giving up free passes. That's how you give up the innings. And they did a really nice job of commanding the ball and throwing the ball in the zone and making the other team swing.
Scouting report on USC coming in.
Yeah, I mean, we've got as much as we can. You know, they're playing solid baseball. You know, they do everything well. They field well. They've been pitching well, and you know, getting a lot of timely hitting. They played a good schedule. You know, most of the teams that are in their area are good. Whether they're playing a bigger conference team or you know, maybe even a mid-major types out there, they're pretty quality opponents. So, you know, they've seen teams like ours. They're not going to be intimidated, and it's going to be a really good series.
I guess Blaine.
Yeah, Knight will throw game 1, Campbell will throw game 2, and Murphy will start game 3.
I think it's the first time Arkansas's ever played USC in baseball.
Really?
I think.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever coached
Yeah.
against them.
Is that kind of cool? I mean,
Yeah, it's neat. You know, and then next year we're going to head out there for a 3-game series. So I appreciate them coming out here, and I know that we'll go out there and play next year. So, you know, I like to play some of the West Coast schools.